Hi, I'm Geoff Hall once again.
And I'm Bob Spinozzi with another edition, I guess, of We're in Westford.
Yeah.
So, Geoff, a few weeks ago I was telling you that I was walking by the Westford Common, noticed the War Memorial. Across the street where the old Firehouse used to be, there's a plaque for Cinder.
Oh. Yep.
Cinder, and I've come to find out that's for Cinder the dog, who was the unofficial mascot for the Westford Fire Department.
Unofficial or the official mascot?
Well, heck, it was the official because he had his own locker.
Yeah. He had his own locker. Let me give you a little bit of the background. He was a mascot for 14 years. George Fletcher, who was the deputy fire chief at the time, but also roamed around town and was associated with the dog as a dog officer too, I think. So he's driving down Hartford Road in the Parkerville Center area of town, and he picked up this dog, this stray dog. When he brought Cinder to the fire station for safekeeping, she soon won over the hearts of all the firefighters there and became part of the family. What attracted him was part dalmation. You have some information about dalmatians?
Yeah, I do. I actually misspoke. It is, in fact, the official mascot for firefighters. It goes back to the late 1700s. The fire brigades during that time had horse-drawn carriages, and they chose Dalmatians to go with them rather than another breed, because the Dalmatians seemed to calm the horses down, and they had incredible endurance. So it's been carried over from that.
Well, this was part Dalmatian, also.
It was a mix, Dalmatian and
Labrador
Great Dane,
Retriever,
Great Dane,
and part Harlequin Dane puppy, I guess.
Yeah.
Interestingly, when the chief Rogers got back from vacation, he took a look and said, "Oh, wow!" He said, "Look, it has one blue eye and one brown eye." And Cinder became not just part of the as a mascot, but became instrumental in fire prevention activities. She visited numerous schools and daycare centers where she would stop and demonstrate stop, drop, and roll whenever you offered her a biscuit. She would ride to fire calls on the front seat of the trucks till she became too big to do so. She was groomed for every parade in which the fire participated. She was honored during her last year by gracing the cover of the town report. Okay? A couple of interesting stories. One I was fascinated to. Cinder sometimes would be roaming the fire station, but she'd hear the kids down at the Rodenbush. So she would cut back of Town Hall, end up down at the Rodenbush, where the kids were playing. Of course, crew from Rodenbush would call the fire department and said, "Cinder's down here." Cinder barked, was always very gentle with the kids. They loved her, so she wasn't a threat or anything. So they get out and pick her up and bring her back to the fire station. But one time, one of the firefighters had to go over to Town Hall. Cinder followed her over. And he was picking up some records or something like that, came back to the station. The next crew came in the next one, said, "Where's Cinder?" She must have taken off, she must be out in the woods or something like that. No Cinder. One day goes by, second day goes by, no Cinder. Where could she be? Suddenly somebody at Town Hall hears this kind of whimpering. And what happened was, Cinder, when that firefighter went over to Town Hall, followed her over, did not come back, ended up in the basement of Town Hall for 2 days. But, she didn't bark, I guess. And, those of us, and my family is associated, my son, my daughter. My daughter was dispatched the night before she passed away, she told me. And her husband, Joe Tagg, the chief now, said, he remembers, all of those things with Cinder, always around. So really a very, very, very special dog.
I guess so.
So special that a book was written by Ellen Harde.
But just to have a locker in the locker room.
Yeah.
And in the locker, there was dog food and dog biscuits.
Yeah, yeah.
So how cool is that?
What a great story, though.
Yeah,
What a great
yeah,
story.
yeah.
So, wow.
All right, so yeah, Cinder. So thank you for watching.